to another episode of Pumpkin Plooza. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. What are we doing today? Well, today we are making a pumpkin bourbon. All right, so I got me a whole bunch of ground corn here. I got me some grains here. I got me some pumpkin, and I got some brown sugar. You gotta love this. Okay, I'm gonna do this one just a little bit different than I normally do. I'm gonna ferment on the grain. I'm gonna try it that way. So I got me a container over there. Got me some hot water here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some of the hot water into that container. We're mixing our corn, and we're gonna let that cook for a while, and then we'll put some high temperature enzymes in there, and then we will mix in the rest of the grain and the pumpkin, and we're gonna get this pumpkin bourbon going. All right. So this ought to be a lot of fun. I love Pumpkin Plooza. Like I said in the past, you either love it or you hate it. I just love pumpkin. One thing you can do for us, though, please hit that subscribe button. I hope you're having fun this week. So yeah, please hit that subscribe button. And I will put up a card or something in the end so that you can check out this whole series in case you miss one. It should be a whole week long, and then after the week, me and Lars will sit down and taste everything. All right, so we gotta love this. All right, let me get set up, and I'm gonna get some water in my container, and then we're gonna get ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so I got me about 3 gallons of 190-degree water in there. Let's start mixing this corn. And the long and short is we just don't want no clumps. Get that all mixed in pretty nice. Like I said, I don't normally ferment on the grain, but I wanted to try it. I've tried it before and had good luck with it. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I can add a little more hot water if I need to. All right. Everything's all mixed up there. Let me check my temperature. 160. So I can add in the high temperature enzyme. Need a couple tablespoons, and that'll help thin it out. 1, 2. All right. So it's been 1 hour. Let's take the top of this and take a temperature reading. Then if it's right, we'll mix in the rest of our grains. Okay. And let me move the camera down so you can see what's going on. Okay. Take the top off. We're looking at 160. By the time we add in our grains, it will be right at the right temperature. It did thin up. All right. So let's mix this grain in. And this will help convert all them starches. I might have to add a little. Might have to add a little bit of more water to that. I think I will. Alright, we'll let that sit for about, covered up, and let it sit for about an hour. Okay, so an hour's been up. It's time to mix in our pumpkin now. Alright, I already opened the cans up. Let's mix that in. Let me point you down so you can see. Alrighty. Mix this good old 2 large cans of pumpkin. There's one. That's all nice and mixed in. Now we're going to mix in some water. First I'm going to mix in some hot water. All right. Okay, so I added 5 pounds of brown sugar to this and a little bit of water. I mean, I'm up to a total of 9 gallons of water. But that's 9 gallons of water and all the grain. And so our starting gravity is 1.065. I live with that. I mean, I could put a little bit more sugar into it, but that's okay. I think it's going to be fine. Okay, so let me check. The temperature, but I'll be willing to bet it's still too warm. Yeah, 127, 129. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this over in the fermentation room later on tonight. I'm going to add my yeast. I'm going to let it ferment for a week. And then it should be done. And then we'll distill this out. So this is going to be our pumpkin bourbon. All right, so I'll see you in a week. Okay, it's been a couple weeks now. And it's time to, let's transfer our distillate or mash into the still pot. So I'm going to just, I wish I had a pump. I do have a screen over, so if I get any chunks, we'll keep it out. I fermented this out on the grain. So let me get this transferred, then we'll be back. I'm starting to set my still up. I got a little bit of fire underneath. I turned it down so you wouldn't have to hear it. And I do have electric slow. And I like to bring the heat up slow because I want the fluids inside the still to start moving around, so there's less chance of anything scorching. Okay. We're gonna set this still up, but I'm doing a little bit something different. I got a screened gasket right here, and I'm gonna use my sight glass on top of that. And let me clamp that off. Okay, so since this is a pumpkin whiskey, right? I got some cinnamon sticks, and this is just pumpkin pie spice blend. It's the normal. It's ground simmered nutmeg and cloves. It just made it a lot easier. I had it, I've seen it in the store. I've had it before and it works good. And I got me one of them Muslim bags, not Muslim. Anyway, a hot bag. So let's get. Let me bring you down here so you can see. So I got 1, 2, 3, well, 4 and a piece of cinnamon sticks. I'm gonna just kind of break them. Not too fine, just, I love the taste of cinnamon. And this will help keep everything open. All right, then I want to use, I'm gonna throw a couple tablespoons of this pumpkin spice one. All right, a couple tablespoons of that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie that in a knot. Okay. Then we'll take this. You don't want to pack your too tight. You want to make sure that we can get some the vapors go through there, and we don't want to clog it up in any way. That should be enough to spice everything we want to spice. It should add a very nice, pleasant of that pumpkin pie taste to the distillate. All right, so let's finish getting this stacked out, and I'll get some more heat going under here in a second, and we'll get this heated up and get ready to run, okay? All right, you can start seeing she's running. I just turned the heat down just a little bit. It's a little bit fast for me. So it'll calm down here in a second. If you look up here to the sight glass, you can see it's starting to reflux there a little bit. It's going through them spices. Just at one point, just make sure that those spices ain't packed in there too tight. All right, so we'll be here for a little while. Okay, well, I understand it. A lot of people have questions about 4 shots and heads. And I'm gonna give you my take on it. Just as a rule of thumb, if I got an all grain mash, I usually, my starting point is 1 ounce per gallon of mash. Okay, and that's just a starting point. That's just so I know when to really start checking heavy. If I have a fruit mash, it's usually 1.5 ounces per gallon. Okay, so this is kind of a hybrid. It's fruit and grain. So my thing, right around 12 ounces is what I'm gonna consider hearts, or nap, 4 shots in heads. All right, so what, right about, I'm almost 12 ounces now, so I'm gonna do ooh, it's starting to smell pretty good. I'm gonna do a lot of smelling and tasting. That's your best tool right there, tasting. So it's really starting to taste really good. All right, so that's just a hair over 12 ounces. It's smelling really good. Okay, so I'm getting ready to change over to my first cut jar. Now, what I do is I'll start with the small jar first. That's just an insurance policy that if I messed up here, I don't mess up all the way down the line. But I don't think, nah, I think I'm doing good right there. All right, so there is my first jar going on. I'm getting a hint of the cinnamon, a hint of the spices. It's very, very, very pleasant. All right. So, okay, so we'll be here for a while, and then I'll stop back in and, okay. Well, we finished this rum, and I stopped at 40 ABV, and I got 1, 2, 3.5 quarts of beautiful looking distillate. Okay, so what's next? All right, so I gotta get all cleaned up, and I'll be back, and then we will blend all this together, proof it down to where we want, and I'm thinking 80 proof because that's my go-to. That's just what I enjoy, but it's up to you. Some people like it a little bit hotter. Most people don't like to go below 80. Some like it a little bit hotter, and that's great. And we're gonna put this on oak, and I mean, the taste of it right now, it's crystal clear. Ooh. It just has a nice taste to it. And I taste a little bit of the spices. It's real nice and light on the spices. I mean, I can taste the pumpkin pie spices. It is, once I get that on oak and it ages a little bit, it is going to be out of this world. All right. So, I'm going to get cleaned up, and then we'll be back later, and we will blend this stuff together. We're going to get it on oak. All right, we'll see. Let's blend this together. Let me get these lids off. I believe I'm going to use all of this. I'm going to double check. I just want to double check this last one. Wow. Ooh, it's getting hot. All right, I'm gonna use everything. I think it's all gonna taste fantastic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this together. Let me get these out of the way. Oh, this is going to be some good bourbon. Okay, let's see what we got here. Like 120 proof. Yeah, 120 proof. I'm gonna put one thing of water in there. Let's see where that brings us. Just shy of 120 proof. Probably gonna use 2 things of water, I bet. Let's see where we're at now. It says 50, still 110. One more thing of water. I might even leave it a little bit hot. If it's a little hot right there, I think I'm gonna leave it there. And we are looking at 45 ABVs, that's 90. I think I'm gonna leave it right there, 90. Oh, the air bubbled. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put some oak in this. Some air bubbles come on out of there. All right, I did divide it up between two jars because it was too darn full. I didn't have the room for any wood. All right, so I'm gonna put 1 ounce of wood in each one. One ounce in that one. And 1 ounce in that one. Okay. And one thing I am going to do is I got 2 small cinnamon sticks, and that's all I'm going to put in there. I just wanted a little bit more of the cinnamon flavor. I'm going to put a little on this. Oop, I got to change the tag up. Put a tag on it. And it is Pumpkin Bourbon. And the date. All right. So this is our pumpkin bourbon. Okay. So what I will do is I'll probably leave it in that for a month, or damn near a month anyway. Get ready to lose my tape. And then I will bottle it, and we will reveal this during Pumpkin Plooza week, during the tasting. So I'm really looking forward to Pumpkin Plooza. I hope everybody will enjoy it. So I guess that's all I got to say. So the last thing I got to say is, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on Still Works and Brewing. Cheers, everybody.